get the job done. When it come to crunch time, I'm awesome. 3 seconds on the clock, you can call me. And my hands is where the ball be, nigga. I'm clutch, 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 clutch. Yeah, nigga, I'm clutch, 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 clutch. Yeah, baby, I'm clutch, 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 clutch. Yeah, baby, I'm clutch, 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 yes, clutch, 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 clutch. Yeah, baby, I'm clutch.
Yo. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome to the Antoine Spivey Show. I'm your host, the man with the plan with the cleanest ways in all the land. And y'all see the face right there. Been a long time, but he's back. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Tell the people who you is.
For those of you who don't know, I am the DAVID, the real Ruiz, and I'm here with Antoine on the Signature Series Network. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. What's going on, man? How you feel?
I feel great, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, man. No, thank you for coming on to the show, man, for blessing us. Before we go any further, y'all don't forget to like, follow, and share on Facebook. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Signature Series Network. With that being said, y'all see what I got on right now. Y'all see the logo and Big Dave's background, the League of Champions. We got our fantasy football season finna start shortly. Later on, before the show is out, he's going to announce the draft order. So we have our draft on September 1st.
Draft August 1st. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
September 1st to draft. Get that league started. And of course, y'all see me flossing my belts, my jewelry on my hand. You know, last year's champion, going for the back-to-back this year. 3 in 5 years? I ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? How I look at it, that ain't too bad at all. But of course, this man right here is trying to be one of the cats to stop me. Don't know if it's gonna happen. My man had been having the best of luck the past couple of years, but hopefully he get ready to change that. What's up, Kels? That belt will be mine. Well, you go buy you one. You go buy you one at Target or something. You can't get this one. This one. Ooh, no, this will have your shoulder hurting and stuff. My man Dave blessed me with this one. Bless me. I got some things I want to holler at you about.
Let's hear it.
First, I'm gonna start off with not the most important thing, but you know, Cleveland this weekend is hosting SummerSlam.
Oh yeah.
I think this is the first time since the last time SummerSlam was. It been a while. I think the last time it was here was The Undertaker versus The Undertaker, I believe. Last time they was here. What's up, Cuzzo? What's going on? With that being said, man, how you feel about SummerSlam being here?
Man, I'm excited. I told you last year, I drove down to Detroit last year to go see it. If I drove 2.5 hours, you're damn sure I'm going to drive 15 minutes from my house to go see it downtown. Right. So super exciting. They have a crazy lineup this year. Way better than the year we had last year. Like storylines, everything.
What match you looking forward to seeing most?
So honestly, I really want to see, as cliche as it sounds, I want to see the Bloodline versus Cody. I think we could see some big things in that match. Something like specific about that match, unless you're like a real fan. Like you can be a wrestling fan, that's cool. But if you actually like the world of wrestling, they have the night before SummerSlam, there's another wrestling promotion coming into town, and there's a man by the name of Zilla Fatu. And he is a very prominent member of that family. This bloodline story is going to go forever because they have 100 cousins and stuff like that. But we might see him interfere in this match. And if we see him interfere in this match, I don't think it's a coincidence them having a show the night before SummerSlam in Cleveland. They could have had it anywhere else. Why bring him here if you're not going to have him do something in SummerSlam? There's rumors saying, he's still a little too green. He needs a lot more work. But the Bloodline storyline, cinematic, man. You don't need someone right away to go in there and perform in matches and be someone to sell. You just need someone to interfere in matches and make it dramatic. And a lot of people they say things about professional wrestling, saying like, "Oh, you guys watch that?" But if you actually pay attention to the story, it gets deep. Everybody knows it's scripted, but it's a good time. Like there's females watching Grey's Anatomy for 20 years,
Facts.
and
Facts.
everybody keep dying and coming back. So you can't say nothing about me watching professional wrestling.
Oh no, man! Like wrestling. Once like I started watching wrestling for a little minute because it got kind of like
got bad.
Yeah, watered down. It was like, all right, what we doing? What we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't gonna lie, since like Roman Reigns was the champ and the whole bloodline thing started coming together, I've been on it. You know what I'm saying? I've been on it. Like you said, it's a great storyline. I don't think I don't think it's gonna end no time soon. You got cats coming from east, west, north. Like it's crazy. I think WWE right now, especially when Triple H took it over,
exactly.
Have really, came back and really got me in tune to especially Monday nights and Fridays.
So something Triple H is allowing to happen that he didn't like, that Vince didn't allow happen, was performers and wrestlers coming from other brands. So we see people from TNA, like their women's champion, went into the Royal Rumble. Of course, she wasn't going to win. They're not going to push somebody from a different brand. You got people like Joe Hendry going into NXT and things like that, really bringing like the wrestling culture together in a way that we haven't seen before with WWE. It's always been the outside brands and companies that were allowing to do that. So it's going to be I'm really curious to see how they continue to incorporate those other brands like TNA, allowing them to perform. But of course, the other match I'm excited to see, it's Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan for a plethora of reasons.
Yeah. Would you see? I like Rhea. I like Rhea.
I'll fold to either of them, so it don't really matter.
You say what?
I said I'll fold to either of them, so it don't really matter.
Yeah. You think Rhea gonna take it?
I don't.
Or do you think? See, I'm kind of suspect with Dom.
That's the thing. I don't think Rhea's gonna take it, and she will take it back eventually. But at SummerSlam, I think either there's going to be something with Dom or what they've been doing with the Finn Balor storyline. How he's been kind of being distant, and stuff like that, and not himself.
Yeah.
And if Liv puts that charm on a Finn, who's to say he doesn't interfere with everything going on with the Judgment Day?
Right.
It's a tricky situation. So they meet if something like that happens, and let's say Sami Zayn drops the Intercontinental title to Braun Breaker, we could see Sami Zayn and even Jey Uso team up for them to drop the belts, and then the Judgment Day start crumbling within more into the Liv storyline.
Yeah. Finn Balor, man, like I have always thought like he would be the first one to really like lead the Judgment Day, because for a minute he was having little feuds with I can't get the band name out.
He's had a feud with a lot of people.
The champ,
Priest.
Yeah, Priest. He been like, you know what I'm saying, like here and there having little spats with Priest, and then now, you know what I'm saying, it's like he really trying to get in Dom's ear a little bit as well too. This whole Liv Morgan situation. So yeah, I think that'd be a good match to watch too. I do think Liv Morgan. I agree with you. I think Liv go keep the belt, but at some point in time, Rhea go get it back. I think Dom is gonna really be a big play in this match. In this match, that's gonna really cost Rhea the belt for her not getting it, actually, and that's what's gonna cause like a little riff-raff with them, Dom and Rhea, which go ultimately have the Judgment Day falling apart.
Right, and who knows if they'll completely fall apart or if they'll bring in new members? That's still yet to see. But Finn Balor, since he's been a role player ever since his last injury, so he wants to be on top. He wants to be that guy again. So I wouldn't be shocked if he goes after Priest in the heavyweight championship, because they really pushed his entire gimmick hard when he was the Demon and that whole situation. But
That's
since
what I like him best when he the demon.
But since he came back, he's been a role player.
Yeah, I agree. I like him best when he the demon. Yeah, you're right. I'm flossing today. You know what I'm saying? Today, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow officially start football season, man. So, you know, I gotta floss a little bit. So, and I don't know about that Kale's coming for me stuff. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen at all. You mentioned Braun
Breaker.
Braun Breaker. You think he gonna take the IC belt?
I think he could. I think why give him 2 pay-per-views in a row if you're not gonna drop the title to him?
How far you think he can go though? Like
I don't think he can go that far, honestly. I think he's a brute. He's gonna be something similar to like Ryback. How when Ryback came in, he was a brute.
Right.
Someone like Braun Breaker, he's very intense, but he needs the it factor, and he's a physical specimen. He's fast. Until I see prolific like mic skills and stuff like that, he won't hold that belt for long. If he does take the belt, which I think he will, why give the man 2 pay-per-views in a row like that? That would make no sense unless you're going to drop the belt to him.
Another match I'm very interested to see that I kind of got. I don't know if you want to call it an upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on how you're looking at it. But Priest against
Gunther.
I think Gunther is gonna win that belt.
He might. So I think that's why they dropped the belt to Sami Zayn when Sami Zayn beat Gunther, because they wanted to give Gunther that mainstream push.
Yeah.
Dude's an animal. Like his entire persona, he's the villain. He's the villain you need.
Yeah.
He's the villain you need. You need to hate a champion.
I like Gunther, man. I do. Like he's starting to grow on me. I ain't really like him when he, you know what I'm saying, first formed the
Imperial.
You know, I really wasn't liking him then, but the more I see him wrestle and the more I see how better he's getting, he's starting to grow. He's starting to grow on me.
I like how they're pushing him as a individual and not with the other 2 cats he was with. I don't even remember the name. I hated their gimmicks. I hated the entire
one dude looked like the one dude looked like the guy that played on Terminator 2. The one dude. That's what he looked like. The guy that played on Terminator 2. That's
hilarious. I hated that whole faction, but him as an individual, he worked hard to get to where he is. So I think you might be right. I just don't know if I just can't see him losing. That's the thing. He lost to Sami Zayn, but he really hasn't lost at all. So if they do drop, I feel like though if Priest drops the belt at SummerSlam, they would almost have to give Rhea a championship, because without someone that has that leader in the Judgment Day, and usually the leader is whoever has the championship.
Right.
So tag champions can't be leader. You're tag champions.
Right.
No one really cares about that. You guys aren't doing like what the Hardy Boys. You're not doing what the Dudley Boys did. You're not jumping off of ladders, putting people through tables.
Right.
You're not doing that. So the tag team division is, I don't want to say dull, because I don't think it's dull, but it's just kind of lackluster when you think about all of the recognition all the other belts get. And 2 people can't be a leader. So it won't be either of them. So if Priest does lose the belt, then I think Rhea would win the belt. It really depends on how they line up the card and what kind of storyline they're trying to have, in my opinion.
Give me your thoughts on the whole Seth Rollins being a special guest referee in the CM Punk.
I love it. I think I don't remember what kind of match they're having. I don't know if it's just a regular singles match but with a special guest referee, you know there's going to be funny business. You know, like it's basically no disqualification when there's a special guest referee, because he's going to let everything fly, especially if Punk's getting his face beat in. Like he's just going to let it happen. And I think McIntyre wins the match. I do, but I'm just curious on how.
You like excuse me. You like the direction that they having Drew McIntyre go in lately, as far as like his role, his storyline?
No, I hate it. I hate it. I feel like they're disrespecting him.
I do too.
They're severely. How dare you have him win the money? You completely erase what Money in the Bank means when you had him drop the belt that quick. Like, you're completely, whether it's for the storyline, people, I hear other shows and podcasts and people I know that are stating like, well, it kind of had to happen. It makes sense. No, it didn't have to happen. He could have dropped the belt. He could have kept the belt. And after winning the belt, you could have even pushed CM Punk going after that championship still.
Yeah, that's what I thought they was going to do. That's
You
what I thought they was going to do.
And this storyline would hold so much more merit if they did it that way. Mm-hmm. Right now, like, no one cares about it. It's getting you watch it, you know, CM Punk's back, all the hype is dropping because he's been injured. Like, is CM Punk even going to be able to compete the whole match? Last couple times that we've seen him, he's got injured minutes in. So is he even going to be able to compete? And I think that's probably why they put Seth Rollins as a special guest referee, because let's say he does get injured. What happens? You can have some kind of improvise with Seth Rollins being there, because at the end of the day, Seth Rollins, he's at the back end, I think, of his career, but he's still at the top of his game.
Yeah, I like CM Punk winning this match, man. Mm-hmm. I think this would really be his first official match back, right? Well,
no, he's had matches,
but like he got hurt. Yeah,
though. He just gets hurt. He just gets hurt. So he can't stay healthy. He's made of glass. He is. My man bounces off the ropes and breaks his elbow.
I like CM Punk, man. I do. Like
I like him too. But
he was on First Take the other day.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a quick 10-minute segment. Gave his little promo for WrestleMania, but the way he was sounding, he's like, I mean, I know wrestling, some of it is real, some of it is fake, but the way he was talking, it's like he was sounding like this beef with him and Drew is like some real beef.
Right. So, I mean, WWE has been phenomenal lately with the outside shows selling storylines. Like, they've been phenomenal. So you even have Drew McIntyre taking pictures with people from AEW on Twitter that CM Punk had beef with, like actual beef. The reason he got kicked out was because he was getting into fights in the locker room.
Right.
So, and WWE made Drew McIntyre take that down. So it might, who knows, it could have some real beef. But I also think his beef with Seth Rollins is real. Seth Rollins didn't want him back. Seth Rollins on the record over and over again states how he didn't want Punk back. When you see War Games, last year War Games, that Survivor Series, when CM Punk first came back, all the cameras went out. You should look up the videos of fans taking about how furious Seth Rollins was seeing CM Punk come back.
No,
I feel like it's very genuine.
I missed a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because I stopped watching for a minute, so you probably know more than I know right about now. So why didn't Seth want CM Punk back? Like what's the deal behind that?
So there's like a plethora of issues, but he just Seth Rollins. It's very intricate, but it's also as simple as Seth Rollins came. He wanted to be here. He worked his ass off with that company over and over again, was there every night. Then you have WWE that didn't tell anybody that CM Punk was coming back. Yeah, there was rumors. They didn't. If you can look it up, like they even hit him coming into the stadium because it was gaining a lot of traction for when he was going to come back. But Triple H and also CM Punk are on record in podcasts. This isn't like WWE promos and stuff like that.
Right.
They're getting interviewed in podcasts. They're not selling the brand, and they say we didn't know. It was kind of on the fly thing. They called me up, and I can't. He's like, I didn't know I was going to Survivor Series to the day before type deal. So they kept it all under wraps. So all the traction that was gaining of his return was strictly speculation of what was happening in AEW because there was no real substance to prove that. And with all the stuff going on with Vince during that time period, and it finally gave Triple H the reins to say, let's bring him back. But Seth Rollins just didn't like how CM Punk trashed the company over and over and over.
Yeah, he was.
And he disrespected all the athletes over and over that were working their ass off. So, especially when he's trying to promote this brand that actually sucks. I've been to AEW shows. There's no fans in those stadiums. Tickets are $20 and you can sit in a lower bowl.
Right.
So initially I went with Autumn, our old co-host. We went to go see an AEW show. Yeah, Triple Threat. We went to go see an old AEW show. We bought the tickets actually to see CM Punk. So we thought CM Punk was going to be there. 3 weeks before that, he gets kicked. He gets kicked from the brand. So they couldn't sell any tickets. It was AEW Collision. They couldn't sell any tickets. You see like all these fake pictures online of the stadium.
Wow.
AEW is always probably like 35% of the capacity of the building is there.
Wow.
They don't even have fans on the complete other side where you can't see. And if you wanted to, you can move down to the lower bowls and no one's going to say anything because they want it to look like people are there on TV.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. We got a question for you from Kels.
Let's hear it, Kels.
Why did Cody leave AEW?
They just had disagreements. Like,
wasn't he the president or something? Did he
so
have ownership in that?
He had some kind of stake with Tony Khan and stuff like that. Like, and to build a brand, they had some kind of agreement. But I'm not a huge AEW guy. I don't watch it that much, but I do know a little bit of the Cody storyline with AEW simply by Cody just talking, like after the fact, like why he came back. And it's because even though he went to AEW basically to be the guy, after the beginning of AEW, he wasn't the guy. He says he regrets a lot of things in AEW, but he doesn't regret leaving. He regrets some of his actions. Like there was a huge promo he added when AEW first debuted where you see Triple H's throne and Cody grabs a sledgehammer on AEW and busts Triple H's throne up. The King of Kings No More type deal. Like this is our brand now. And this is just my opinion on it. I really think he saw that the direction of AEW wasn't going in the direction he thought it was.
And you talk about Cody, right?
Cody.
Okay.
Cody. I think in order to you want to make a platform to compete with the other brands, but you're still third fiddle. Like you're not even breaking TNA numbers, let alone SmackDown, let alone Raw.
Right.
So, and I also think a big thing, he wanted to win the world title in WWE. Dusty Rhodes, his father, never won any belts there. He won belts. He never won the heavyweight title. So he's came close a bunch of times, but he's never won. So that was a whole finish the story type thing.
Right.
It was for Dusty. It was for Dusty. It just so happens that he got that crazy pop at WrestleMania in Dallas, which I was there. That pop was insane. I think after that debut and hearing that pop, they're like, all right, we can push this guy. And he's like, okay, I can stay here. Because until Cody Rhodes went to AEW, he wasn't marketable. Like, he just wasn't. You see him when he won the Intercontinental title in WWE on accident.
Hey, man, give it up for Stardust, man.
Man. Man.
Hey,
that's painful.
I did like Cody when he was with Randy Orton. No, was it Legacy? Is that what that was called?
Yeah. Legacy? But that was short lived.
Yeah.
And when you're right next to Randy, so it doesn't matter who's in a faction with Randy, unless it was Evolution. Randy outshines everyone.
Evolution, that's what we call them.
Yeah, right. Evolution,
that's what we call them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to and ask you something about Triple H. Well, it's not actually about Triple H. You mentioned how Triple H is bringing other stars from different companies over. How do you think they are handling the Jade Cargill situation? Because I'm hearing a lot of things that they're not pushing her right. She really not ready. That's why she's a tag team with Bianca Belair.
Right.
What's your thoughts on Jade Cargill?
So I actually have to. Is my thoughts start back on AEW actually, because that AEW show we went to was her return to wrestling after an injury, and I got to see her live, and she performed well live.
What up, JD?
At that show, she did decent, but there's levels to the talent, man. Like you put her, give her a mic and see how she reacts. She's not gonna sell like Rhea. She's not gonna sell like Liv. Is she a physical specimen? Absolutely. Like there's no doubt she has the physical talent to be there. But WWE doesn't care how talented you are.
Right.
They care about, can you put people in seats? And like big fans, yeah, they go to watch the matches, but it's the storyline that keeps people there. And I just feel right now she just needs some mic development and a little more character development. Because again, if you're not a wrestling person, you're a WWE person, you don't know who Jade Cargill is.
Right.
So you got to give the universe has to respect you before they're going to push you. That's just the reality. And WWE doesn't want to make the same mistakes like they did before Daniel Bryan, when Daniel Bryan won the championship, or before he won the championship, they were snubbing him at every direction, and they like to give the fans what they wanted. So we saw Daniel Bryan won the championship. That's the reason Kofi Kingston won the championship. They can say she's not like ready, but I think physically she's ready. But until she can put people in seats with her mouth and not with her physicality, that's what's really going to elevate her to the next level.
So do you think that's why they got her with Bianca right now to get her ready for that? Because I think eventually her and Bianca go split. They go bump heads.
They're going to feud.
I think that's what everybody want to see them too.
That's 100%. But they can't do that yet until she can put up a promo fight against Bianca. Okay. Because if you put Jade Cargill in a promo with Bianca, she's going to get slaughtered in a promo. And they don't want to make the same mistakes they made with like Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns was terrible before he was good. And they were losing fans because you're pushing this guy that can't even talk on the mic, and that's why they gave him Paul Heyman. Though that's at least why I believe they gave him Paul Heyman. Same thing they did with Brock. Brock couldn't talk on the mic on the beginning. You give him Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman does all the talking. And Jade Cargill is another one of those athletes that are brute force, very talented, until you give her a microphone. And that's why I think that's the big thing. Because even look at the other females in the female division. Rhea can sell on a mic. Liv can sell on a mic. Bayley can sell on a mic. Even I don't really like her. What's the girl that Bayley's about to fight in wrestling? I'm just Nia Jax.
Yeah,
Nia Jax. She's not that good on a mic, but she can hit you with some one-liner. Like she said that BBL Bayley line, and everybody went crazy.
Yeah,
it's like and Nia is someone that it's progressively getting better on the mic, but she's not that fun to watch. But why do they put her in events? Because she says things that the crowd's going to repeat. One-liners, catches. And if you can't do that, you're just going to get bored. Why do you think Ronda Rousey was in and out so fast?
Yeah, I was never sold on her. I was never sold on her.
She was terrible. You have someone that should be a phenomenal athlete. She couldn't talk on the mic. You can tell she crumbled under the pressure of the crowd, which is crazy because she fought at sold out UFC events.
Right.
But you can fight in front of them. But public speaking is a whole nother animal. Like it's.
You mentioned Brock. I also been saying on social media a lot. It could be a possible return for Brock back in the WWE. Do you see that happening?
I don't think yet. I could see it happening depending on how the whole Vince stuff like irons out and how much influence. Like, did Brock really have the influence he was accused of, etc. But as of right now, I think it's too sticky. I don't think they want to touch that quite yet. If Brock does come back, I could hear me out now. I could see it being with like the bloodline doing
Ooh.
something,
Ooh.
and it wouldn't be against Roman. It'd be against this new bloodline. And what would happen is Paul Heyman comes out to get his revenge. And then you see Brock, Roman, and CM Punk attack the bloodline because those are all Paul Heyman guys. That's just the theory. That's how I would like to see him come back. If he comes back, I think it would have to have something to do with Paul Heyman. Like, you can't just bring Brock. You've done it 100 times where you just throw him into the mix for no reason.
Yeah.
You got to have some substance behind why he comes back. Or maybe Roman doesn't come back at all. Paul Heyman brings Brock back to handle this because he's just sick of everything after everything they done to him.
Yeah, they did him dirty last time I saw him through that table, man. And you got to give Paul Heyman some props too, man, because they had
60 years old.
Huh?
60 years old, putting
60?
up those spots,
right?
Tables for the company. That's insane.
And the things that he does, you know, they had an interview with him, you know, following that was it SmackDown, and how he was talking about how, you know, to get that look that he had on his face with the eyes being already, he didn't sleep.
Yep,
he stayed up all night just to really sell
and he
that
did.
show. So you got to give Paul Heyman a lot of credit, man. Like,
and that's not the first time he's done that.
Right, he mentioned that.
Yep.
No, I give Paul Heyman credit. Like, when he doing his job, he do his job, man. Like, a lot of people don't like Paul Heyman, but I'm a Paul Heyman fan.
No, he's the greatest manager to ever touch a mic. It's not even close at this point.
Yeah, I really like Paul Heyman. Yeah, y'all, SummerSlam this Saturday, Cleveland. My man Dave gonna be down there representing.
Oh yeah.
It should be one hell of a card, one hell of a show. According to CM Punk, it's going to be probably the best show. Better than WrestleMania. He said he feel like SummerSlam gonna be better than WrestleMania.
That means they got something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they do. And the card ain't bad. The card ain't bad at all. Hold on tight to that. Listen, you ain't gotta tell me twice. You ain't gotta listen. Look, we all know. You ain't gotta tell me twice, man. No.
Hey, he hasn't let it go since I've been on camera. That should tell you something.
Hey, look. We hold it like a baby. So yeah, SummerSlam Saturday. Starting Friday. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah. No, tomorrow Thursday. Starting Friday. I guess they got the weekend festivities leading up to Saturday's event. You going to any of them?
Yeah, so it starts Thursday technically.
Okay, tomorrow.
Well, because this is why I say that they're doing a party tomorrow in Lakewood.
Okay.
And Mark Henry is going to be DJing the party.
Mark Henry?
Yeah, Mark Henry's going to be. I'm going. The tickets are like $30. I'm like, I'm just going to go. This is awesome. I got to see what it's in for.
When Mark Henry become a DJ?
Yeah, I didn't know. Apparently, it's all wrestling themed though, so they're going to do like wrestling intros and stuff like that. So like that's going to be like the party. Like it's very low key. It's in a very low key spot. Okay. It's at Mahal's in Lakewood. But it starts Thursday and then the whole weekend. They got a bunch of stuff going on downtown, man.
Yeah, so those that ain't going, I think they still got a little bit of tickets left. Yeah. Get y'all tickets, man. Unfortunately, I can't be there. I'll be going to see Martin Lawrence the same night, the same day. Wifey for her birthday, so we gonna do that. My sister in town, she'll be in town tomorrow morning, so we all go see that. I wish I could go see SummerSlam though, but I'll be back home later on. Catch it on Peacock. Great show. Hopefully, my man Dave get some camera time. Catch him down there.
I'll be in the dog pound, so I'm gonna try.
You be the dog pound.
Yeah,
hey, one thing I've been praying for y'all though, it don't rain.
Don't rain. I think it is gonna rain a little bit, but I hope it's early into the day.
Yeah, I hope it is too. I hope it don't rain during it, and I'm pretty sure they got a backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Just in case something like that happen, I'm pretty sure they got something planned, like if it do rain or how they handle it. But fingers crossed. I hope it don't, because I want to see a great show. I want to see Cleveland put on for the WWE represent. So I'm just waiting to see. I'm just waiting to see a good show. Earlier today, I don't know if you heard, the Cavs ended all that trade talk with Jared Allen. Basically saying like they're gonna bring back their whole team. They re-signed them to a 3-year, $91 million. I guess that's the a max extension for him. How you feel about that?
I mean, personally, I like it. I think it's stable. It's stable. You need stability. These are all still very young guys, man. They're all young, especially with the new coach. People can say he's soft or he didn't play, and that how there was drama in the locker room about him not playing. If that was the case, do you think Donovan Mitchell would have re-signed? Like, let's be honest. Donovan Mitchell you could have threw a penny at any team, and whatever team he hit could have offered Donovan Mitchell a max contract for the most part, and they would have. He wanted to stay here, and I think with the group of guys, I think if they do part with anybody, it'll probably be Garland. That's just my opinion, especially how he performed without Donovan Mitchell, and even when he performs with Donovan, I like the 1-2 combo, but for some reason when they're on the court together, it's like LeBron ball when he was with the Cavs, and what I mean by that. When LeBron was on the court, what happens? LeBron gets the ball, and all of his role players just sit back and watch.
Right.
And that's what I feel Darius Garland does when Donovan Mitchell has the ball. Like, move without the ball. Why are you sitting back? You're not that great of a shooter. You're a decent shooter, but you're not that great to stay in the corner or stay in the corner. Right. That's not your game. And when Donovan Mitchell was in the game, he attacked and stuff like that. But you gotta try to coexist. You gotta try to coexist. And I think they can. I just think he needs to work on it.
No, I definitely agree with that, especially when Mitchell is not on the court. He had games where he didn't step it up as much as I wanted him to step it up, especially in the playoffs this past season against Boston. I would like to see him do more. He did have a 30-point game. But you get paid the type of money you getting paid. Exactly. The place you got drafted, the position you got drafted in. You got to give me more. You got to give me more, D. Garland. Which brings me to my next question with him. What do you think his value is? Like, if we try to move on, like, he's got a good value behind him?
Maybe for another team. I think he has a good value. Regular season, he still plays good basketball. Like, he plays good basketball. He's not a bad player. Do I think he's a max player? No. But I do think he's a good player, and I do think other teams would offer him a max contract. I do, but I just don't think he's been playing like a max player. Does he have that potential? Of course, he has that potential.
That's why they drafted him.
That's why they drafted him. He has that potential. I think we'll see a lot of different schemes with our new coach this year, especially like even with the big guys, like specifically Mobley, because. Towards when Bickerstaff allowed Mobley to attack and told him to attack and telling me, look, he was the best defensive player in the playoffs.
He sure was.
I don't know the exact stats, but you can fact check me. He was the best defensive player in the playoffs.
He sure was.
And he played great offensively when he was allowed to attack and when it wasn't the Donovan Mitchell show.
Now, let me ask you this. Was that because he was playing more at the 5? With Jared Allen being out? Is what able him to play the way he played offensively and defensively?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Realistically, I know we saw that small ball BS with Golden State for last 8 years, but basketball is a big man's game. And you can see that coming back slowly, whether it's Embiid, whether it's Jokic, whether it's the only difference is big men have to know how to spread the floor now. And I think our bigs do a decent job. Like, Jared Allen, he's not gonna come up and hit that 3, but you can space the floor with him. He can hit those mid-range shots.
His 3-point percentage did go up this year. He did feel better from the 3-point this year.
He's taking smart shots. That's the difference. He's taking smart shots and he's taking less threes. Like, you don't take dumb shots and your percentage will go up, and that's just simple. But I really do think the inside force can be dominant in this league. I really do. Unless the true testament is when they're gonna face like Philly and when they face Denver and those dominant big men, or even Giannis, seeing how they keep up with Giannis, because they're gonna have to guard Giannis. And I think that's where our biggest flaw as the Cavs team is that 3 position. Is that small forward position.
I've been saying that too. We gotta get that 3 and D.
So we got to get that 3 position on lock so they can guard the hybrid players like Giannis. Because your average big man isn't guarding Giannis. Like, let's be honest. Like, it's unless you're like Embiid, like someone that he's not going to go out to guard you, but he can put that body on you. We know Jared Allen isn't going to be that physical. We know Mobley can be, but he doesn't have the weight yet. So,
quick opinion: Garland for Ingram, and some type of deal. It will have to be like a sign and trade because I don't even think they signed Brandon Ingram yet.
Yeah. So that's tough, and I've been hearing that a lot. I've been hearing that question a lot, but I don't think Garland for Ingram, honestly. I don't think so. Because who's going to play the 1?
Spider.
All right. Then who plays the 2? We look at who we have rotating in and out for the 2. Yeah, we have what's his name from that we signed from the Heat.
Oh, Strus.
Yeah, we have Strus, but he reminds me of J.R. Smith. The rest of the team actually remind me of a bunch of clones of J.R. Smith.
You sound like JD now. You sound like JD.
Really?
Now. You feel the same way.
They're just streaky, like the whole time. Like we got like that dude Niang or something. Oh, great, he had a 35-point game, but what have you done for me lately? And not a damn thing. Like none of those other guys can consist. And I like the signing Strus. I think he's a great too. But off the bench, to be honest, I think he's a bench player. I like Karis LeVert off the bench. I just think the guys you would rotate at that 2 are too streaky and not consistent enough to risk Spider playing the point and not having consistency at the 2. When at least with Darius Garland, the sky is the limit at this point for now. So if they figure the 3 together, I think they can figure the 3 together, figure the 3 out without spending all that money. You just got to go after the right guys, man.
I just need Garland to show me, man.
I know, and I understand. And you know what? I wouldn't be mad if they did that, but they would have to figure out the 2 position at that point. And with all these streaky guys, you're gonna rotate the entire 2 position? Like you're gonna play it by committee? I know basketball is usually playing by committee,
right?
But you know what I mean. Like you're gonna have a different Trey Jones, maybe.
I like Trey Jones. I like Trey Jones. He could be plugged in that starting point guard role to where he could facilitate, not asking too much from him, like scoring wise, get you a good 10 or 12 points. If you was to trade a Garland for a Brandon Ingram, you'll get your wing in here. You get another point guard, not on the Darius Garland level, but he could facilitate. He's a natural point, and he can still get you 10 or 12, and on any given night get you double-digit assists. So I won't be mad at that. I like Trey Jones, but Darius Garland, man, we need you. We need you this year, especially if we bringing back this same team and the way the East done got better.
Yeah, a lot better.
We need them. Quick thought, real quick before I give you the floor.
Okay.
USA basketball team took care of business today against South Sudan. It wasn't as close as it was the first game. Is there any threat out here for the USA to stop them from getting gold?
Not at all.
You don't think so?
Not at all. Not with this team. Not at all.
What about Canada?
No. Look, LeBron and KD are not going to let them drop that gold. I don't care what anybody says. You can have your opinion. You can put it in your pocket and go home. Like you're talking about. You have the best players in the world on a team still playing like the best players. I just watched something earlier actually. I told you about Nick Wright the other day and how I respect his takes. And he pointed out something like that no one's really talking about, and that's how people have gave LeBron and KD years of late an unfair shake, saying they're not these guys anymore and they're not these really good players. And LeBron, he might not be a top 5 player. He might be 11 or 12 type deal. And that's the role he was, that's the point he was getting at. But right now, watching these Olympics, who are the 2 best players in the world?
LeBron and KD.
It's that's not like I don't care about your stats. I don't care about your facts. I care about what I'm watching on the screen right now.
I test.
And this is the Olympics. This is the best of the best from everywhere. And they're still noticeably better than everyone else. Even the young guys that people are putting ahead of them cannot compete on this level. And it just shows the longevity of even KD's had his injuries, but usually injuries are supposed to slow you down. KD right now is still playing at a high level.
Man, like KD is a big. See, people like to hate on KD too, injury situations he done had the past couple of seasons. But KD is that difference maker, man. Like you didn't have him that first game against South Sudan in the exhibition. You see the difference he made today. You see the difference he made the first game.
Yep. He came off they were down like 10-2, 12-2.
Yeah.
Came back and
came off the bench and dropped 21 in the first half. Didn't miss a shot.
Yep. So people can say what they want. It's USA basketball. We got the best two players in the world. You have the other best players in the world on that team that, they might have said what they said before the Olympics. Ask them all the same questions you ask them now, and the footage speaks for itself that LeBron and KD unanimously are carrying Team USA right now.
Facts. I totally agree. Well,
it's that time.
All right. I'm gonna hand the floor over to my man Dave Kamish of y'all see the league back there, League of Champions. The floor is yours. Matter of fact, let me take off my jewelry real quick so I can write this down for you. Right. Ooh, my hand was getting kind of heavy too, but it's okay.
So how we're gonna start this? I'm gonna pull names from this lovely Browns hat here.
Okay.
We're gonna start with the 10th pick first and go down. So
gotcha.
Here
we go. And this for our draft order.
This is our draft order.
Let's go.
All right. So with the 10th pick, we'll see. Autumn has the 10th pick in the draft.
Woo! Everyone's favorite season, autumn.
Everyone's favorite season.
10th pick.
Right. Number 9. Steph.
Oh,
picking at 9.
Oh, Steph, what you gonna do this year, Steph? Last year, Steph. I don't know how she did it, but last year she stacked up at that number 1.
I call it drunken luck. Is what I call it.
Drunken luck. I like that. I like that. Drunken luck.
The 8th pick goes to the other Twan.
Lil Twan.
I wasn't gonna call him that.
My man Lil Twan is all love. It's all love.
All right. 7th pick. Kalo, the owner of the bar. Kalo, 7th pick. Oh man, here we go.
He got one of my alias names, Kalo.
Oh,
tatted on the arm. He got one of my alias names.
That's crazy.
Now, I got a Lil Twan. I got a Lil Twan in me. Now I got Lil Kalo. Ain't this about something?
All right, so what? We at 6 now?
We got 6.
6th pick. Daniel, Pig Vomit, got the 6th pick. This again close.
Woo!
Number 5.
That's me.
Kels
with the number 5 pick.
Number 5.
Before you go any further, whoever in the top 4, please take CD Lamb. Do not let Kels get CD Lamb. That being said, you go ahead. Number 4. Let it be me. Let it be me before him. Let it be me. Let it be me right before him. You might unmute your mic.
We got Gio at number.
Gio. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord.
Oh. Next pick.
I ain't hating Kels.
The number 3 pick goes to Spivey.
We got the 3rd pick.
All right, number 2.
It's between you and we got 2 more picks, right?
Yeah, we got 2 more. Yeah.
You and Who we
Who I
missing?
ain't call? Who I ain't call? Oh, Leo. It's Leo. We'll see. Number 2.
The number 2 pick.
I'm the number 2 pick, which means Leo's the number 1 pick.
Wow. So there you have it, folks. Number 1, Leo. 2, Commish. 3, myself. 4, Gio. 5, Kels. 6, Dan. 7th, Lil Kalo. 8th, Lil Twine. 9th, Steph. And 10th, Autumn. Wow.
I'm not gonna cap. I wanted that 10th pick.
You said you wanted the 10th pick?
I love the 10th pick.
I ain't gonna lie.
I love that pick. Back to back, first, second.
Damn, yeah, Autumn get back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Back to back.
She can't go wrong with this one.
Nah, we'll see.
She can't go wrong. Back to back picks. Woo! So I got the number 3 pick. Kels, I'm sorry. CD is coming to me. You want CD? You giving up the ransom. You giving up the ransom.
Hey, we'll see. We don't know. Look, Leo's a wild card. Sometimes he pisses me off with the way he drafts. So we'll see. If he don't do CMC, I don't know who he's gonna pick.
Listen. Long as Kels ain't getting CD Lamb. For the first round, that's all I care about.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet because I was planning to have a later pick in the draft, but he ain't getting CD Lamb.
No, he's definitely not getting CD Lamb.
CD Lamb is top 3 pick regardless, no matter what draft you draft.
But you know what? You know who he's going for now? He's going
Tyreek.
for Amon St. Brown. That's who he's going for.
That's a good pick.
It is.
That's a great pick. Yeah, he's probably going to be the most consistent wide receiver in the draft.
Gio, if you're listening, how much you need to take Amon St. Brown?
What Gio got, number 4?
Yeah, he got number 4.
This is going to get dicey.
I mean, number 5, Kel's got a good pick. He got a lot of people he can pick from, man. You got Jamar.
5's a good spot. 5's a good spot. 5's a good spot.
Yeah, 5 is a real good spot.
Yeah.
Real good spot.
A great spot.
But I already know who I'm taking right now, that number 3 pick. Yeah. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be between either Tyreek or CD Lamb.
Yeah.
But just to piss Kels off, I'm going CD Lamb.
CD Lamb?
I'm going CD Lamb. I mean, he don't have nobody over there to compete with him and getting targets.
That's a fact.
They run game is boo-boo.
Abysmal.
Boo-boo.
How the hell are you gonna let Pollard go to pick up Zeke again? Man, it's a joke.
Zeke and who they running back? What's that? Rondell. What's his name?
I don't even know. It's Dallas. I could care less. I'm not picking up any Dallas running backs.
Hey, so you ain't picking nobody from that division period then, because you was talking about you ain't going nowhere near Saquon either, huh?
I'm not touching Saquon. Hey, Kels, pick Saquon again and try to trade him with me so I can say no to you all season.
Kale said he ain't making no trades this year.
Yeah. He didn't make no trades last year.
Because he couldn't.
Yeah. Ain't nobody want those players.
I mean, I did take Devontae Adams from him.
Yeah, see, you was a snake last season. This man had Tyreek Hill. He traded for Tyreek. He had Devontae. What other wide receiver you have? Go ahead, say it so everybody can hear it out loud.
The other wide receivers I had? I can't even remember for real.
Yeah. This man had 3 of the top 5 wide receivers in the league.
What receivers I had?
After he traded for them.
Only trade I did was I got Tyreek Hill from Autumn.
Yeah, but your wide receiver was already stacked.
Who I have our receivers again?
Who you get for Tyreek Hill? You gave Isaiah Pacheco for Tyreek Hill.
Isaiah Pacheco, T. Higgins, and somebody else. I gave her 3 players.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill had put up 50 that season already. He gonna give her 3 nonsense. I can hear him now. You need this. This is gonna help. This is bringing you depth. You need this depth. You helping you and
see, you know what? See, this what I do. I just listen what people see. Autumn wanted T. Higgins anyway.
That's crazy. Why give Autumn Autumn could have won the league. She had Tyreek Hill and CD Lamb, and she crushed her dreams with that trade because all it did nothing but boost his ego and boost his team and catapulted him to a championship.
But I'm trying to think though, who was my receivers besides Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams?
I'm gonna have to look at your roster. I can go back and look at it.
Yeah, I can't.
You had a third wide receiver. That's what pissed me off so bad.
I'm trying to think, who was it? Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I make a trade and my ass gets vetoed.
See, I'm about to see. Listen.
Better personnel than what he traded. It was way better personnel than what he traded for Tyreek Hill.
In your case, what I think Kale said it. Kale said you got too greedy.
No, because Christian Kirk, a bum, he did nothing. I was just
Christian Kirk.
He was great. He had a couple good games, but nothing. I just did him so I can fill out my roster. I was giving up Puka, which look at Puka now. Look at Puka now. I was giving up Jonathan Taylor, I believe, was someone, and that's after he came back.
You had Jonathan Taylor?
I had Jonathan Taylor. I picked him up in the later rounds. I tried to trade him away once he got healthy so I can pick up. My ass got vetoed for trying to trade Puka and Jonathan Taylor and somebody else. I don't remember who else it was. For
Dallas Goedert. Dallas
Goedert. I want to hear what everybody got to say about that. Look at the personnel I was giving her. Kels, I don't want to hear nothing from Kels because in the group chat, the receipts don't lie. He openly admitted that it was a good trade. He said, but you and I are too close to the playoffs, so I'm vetoing it. He vetoed me because I was on his ass.
Is that right?
It's in the chat. I'm going to have to go back to last season. I have it. He vetoed me because my team was on like a little 2-game win streak, and I was on his ass coming to pass him, and I was facing him the following week.
Didn't you have AJ Brown?
Yep.
Okay.
I just wasn't trading AJ Brown.
Me and Kels was debating we was talking about because he thought I had AJ Brown because we was trying to figure out who our receiver. I'm like, no, Dave had AJ Brown.
I picked up AJ Brown in the second round.
Stephon Diggs. Did I have Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, you had Stephon Diggs. I didn't have Diggs. You had Diggs. So you had Diggs, Devontae Adams, and Tyreek Hill.
But in my defense, what did Stephon Diggs do?
Look, Stephon Diggs, he gonna get you a consistent 15 to 25 points, regardless.
Stephon Diggs. Man, I had him in this league, and I had him in another league. I know the man ain't hit 15 points the last 5 weeks of the season, maybe. It didn't do nothing for me. So we can take out Stephon Diggs. That was a
Nah. I need to hear the other listeners to the BS how I got vetoed.
Hold on. What trade was that you had with Steph?
Oh, I gave up. Look, this I lost the trade and he's still mad about it. I traded Steph, Mike Evans. I forgot who else I traded her for him. Mike Evans and someone else. Well, I was giving you Hunt because you was trying to trade me Barkley, so I was giving you Hunt. But
I was giving you Hunt. You was trying to trade me Barkley. You Hunt. Wow.
But Mike Evans and I forgot who else I traded. It was Mike Evans, someone else. Forget Wilson, and then Mike Evans went off and had a phenomenal season.
He did.
And so, given that has something to do with Aaron Rodgers getting injured in the first couple drives of the game,
he did.
That's neither here or there. Like, you can bring that trade up all you want. It doesn't matter because I lost it. And and if history repeats itself, we still do everything, all the talent Garrett Wilson had. That was still all speculation because we haven't seen it because of Aaron Rodgers. He had a season last year, though. Yeah, he had a decent season. Yeah. But my point about trading Mike Evans for him, he had potentially the higher ceiling. Name the last season Mike Evans had less than 1,000 yards. Hey, he has 1,000 yards every season. So why everybody's bashing me for making this trade because they're blinded by a name and don't do the deep dive research they need to do to realize how good that trade was for both parties is beyond me. Is beyond me.
Hey.
I don't get it.
Well, hopefully you learn. I think you'll have a better season this year. Unfortunately,
I just gotta say this to the chat. One last thing about my last two seasons that they need to understand. The first two players in scoring this season, I wasn't in it. All right, the first two, it was Steph, Spivey, then me. I was third and didn't make the playoffs this season. The year before that, I was number one in scoring in the league, didn't make the playoffs. The year before that, number one scoring in the league, didn't make the playoffs. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I just had rotten luck.
You said Mike Evans and Mark Andrews.
I traded I think I traded Mark Andrews, but I think that was a little later. I traded her Mark Andrews because everybody was flipping out at her. I remember they were like, oh, it was Mark. They're like, no, you're right. It was Mark Andrews, which is extreme value. And everybody got at her for starting two tight ends, yet those tight ends were eating for her and keeping her in the number one spot of scoring.
It was no way, all honesty, it was no way Steph should have lost the championship last year. She should have won the chip last year. Steph should have won the chip last year.
She should have. She had the best team until you traded for Tyreek.
What got me the chip is what all great GMs do. You make a trade that's going to benefit for your team, and Tyreek Hill was that difference maker for us. Thank you, Autumn.
I'm glad you followed my blueprint throughout the years. I'm proud of you because I do it every year. It just sucks being on the opposite end of it. All right?
Look,
you're welcome for the blueprint.
I have no problem for learning. I tell Kels all the time. Sometimes you got to learn from others to get where you need to go. And you're right. You did set the blueprint. And last year, I took the blueprint. We got Tyreek Hill, and we got a chip. Thank you, Autumn. So, Autumn,
it's a blueprint because it works.
Some of this yours, Autumn. Some of this yours. So some of this is yours, Autumn. Hey, Dave, man, I appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah, always.
As usual, man, with your knowledge on everything we talked about, man. I appreciate you and presenting me with my goal. I feel like Razor Ramon a little bit.
That's the hardest part about being commissioner and losing the fantasy league. You can never have the belt for yourself. You just always got to hand it off.
You gotta always hand it off.
It's the worst feeling. That's why I'm coming for you this year.
That's okay. Everybody can come for me. I'm ready for the smoke. Again, League of Champions, draft order. Leo 1, Dave 2, myself 3, Geo 4, Kels 5, Dan 6, Lil Kalo 7, Lil Twine 8, Steph 9, Autumn 10. League of Champions draft September 1st. Season for football actually starts tomorrow for preseason. I'm ready to get this going. Dave, hope to see you in the championship, my brother.
I'll be there.
Hope to see the championship. Appreciate you tuning in on the Signature Series Network. Also on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to like, follow, and share on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Signature Series Network. For myself, for Dave, again, man, appreciate you as always. Till next time. It's going to be a next time for sure. Y'all stay safe out here. We out of here. Deuces.